This just in. Things just got even wilder in the world of celebrity lawsuits. And this time, it's not just about Sean Diddy Combs. The same Texas attorney who's been targeting Diddy with a flood of civil lawsuits from anonymous accusers is now setting his sights on a whole new figure. NFL Hall of Famer and media powerhouse Shannon Sharpe. Yeah, you heard that right. Shannon, who's been riding high off the success of his viral talk show, Club Shay Shay, is now at the center of a serious and very disturbing legal storm. Let's back up a bit because the story is layered, messy, and full of twists. The lawsuit at the heart of all this was filed by a woman who's going by the name Jane Doe to protect her identity. According to the complaint, she met Shannon in a gym in Los Angeles back in 2023 when she was just 19 years old. Shannon, by the way, is 56. That detail alone had people raising eyebrows, but what came next sent shockwaves across the internet. Jane Doe is accusing Shannon of a series of horrific acts, claiming that what started as a casual fling quickly turned into something far more sinister and violent. The lawsuit details incidents that include verbal abuse, physical threats, and even rape. According to her, Shannon pursued her aggressively and then began manipulating her, using his fame and influence to control her. She claims that he recorded their private moments without her consent and showed those videos to others. She even alleges that he threatened to disfigure her, saying things like he wanted to ruin her so no other man would ever want her. That kind of language, if true, paints a dark, disturbing picture. She says he broke into her apartment complex without permission and at one point confronted her with a gun visible during a violent outburst. She feared for her life, tried to send her location to friends as a precaution, but claims Shannon caught her and physically assaulted her again, this time allegedly grabbing her by the neck and issuing threats. Now here's where it gets even more disturbing. The complaint says that on October 6, 2024, Shannon forced her into oral sex while she was crying and begging him to stop. And then in another horrifying episode on January 2, 2025, she says he did it again, this time forcing himself on her in an even more violent and extended assault. She claims she kept pleading with him to stop, but he wouldn't. She's accusing him of rape and of repeated emotional and physical abuse over the course of their short relationship. On top of that, she brings up an Instagram Live incident from September 2024 where Shannon allegedly leaked a private moment with another woman, someone named Michelle. While Michelle isn't involved in the current lawsuit, Jane Doe says seeing that IG Live traumatized her, sending her into a spiral of fear, paranoia, and deep emotional distress. She worried about STDs, her reputation, her safety. After seeing that, she tried to break things off with Shannon for good, but according to her, he wouldn't let her go. She says the abuse escalated from that point on. And guess who's representing her? None other than Tony Buzbee, the same high-profile attorney who's been going after powerful men left and right lately, Diddy, Jay-Z, and now Shannon Sharpe. You might remember Buzbee from the Deshaun Watson cases. He's built a reputation for aggressively pursuing cases involving celebrities and alleged misconduct. Some people see him as a champion for victims. Others think he's running a calculated media game. Either way, he's not backing down. Shannon, for his part, is completely denying the allegations and is already fighting back. His lawyer, Lanny Davis, released a public statement not only calling the lawsuit a lie but also doxing Jane Doe by revealing her real name, Gabriela Zuniga. That move alone sparked outrage, with critics accusing Shannon's team of trying to intimidate the accuser and flip the narrative. But that was just the beginning. In that same statement, Shannon's legal team claimed that the entire relationship between Shannon and Zuniga was consensual from beginning to end. They say they have text messages proving she was fully into it, that she even requested wild role-play scenarios involving choking and domination. But here's the thing, those messages haven't been shown to the public, only described. No screenshots, no receipts, just quotes. That's left people wondering, if they really have solid proof, why not show it? And here's where it gets even more complicated. Shannon's team had to admit that they offered Zuniga a $10 million settlement to make the lawsuit go away. Yeah, $10 million. That came out during a failed mediation session before the suit was officially filed. So now people are asking, if Shannon's innocent, why offer that kind of money? If it's all lies, wouldn't the first move be to take her to court and clear his name? Tony Buzbee jumped on that fact immediately, posting on Instagram that the offer proves Shannon knew there was something to hide. He said you can't say a lawsuit has no merit and then try to make it disappear with $10 million. That's not how it works. According to Buzbee, Jane Doe rejected the offer flat out and chose to take this to court instead. And now here's where things really get wild. Dave Chappelle, the comedian known for calling out Hollywood's shady dealings, has entered the conversation. He hasn't spoken directly on this situation yet, but sources close to him say he's been warning Shannon behind the scenes that something like this was coming. According to them, Dave saw the writing on the wall right after that explosive Cat Williams interview aired on Club Shay Shay. That interview? It broke the internet. Cat Williams went off on Hollywood, calling out people by name, dropping bombs on some of the biggest figures in entertainment. And Shannon, by giving him that platform, became part of the narrative. People close to Dave say that was the moment things shifted. That's when Shannon went from being a popular TV figure to someone the industry had to keep an eye on. According to Dave, the people in power don't like it when you shake the table and start letting the wrong people speak freely. There's a pattern, Dave has said before. You get too big, too independent, too unpredictable, and suddenly, everything falls apart. He's mentioned Mariah Carey getting labeled as crazy after signing a $100 million deal. Martin Lawrence losing it in the streets, screaming they were trying to kill him. It's a cycle. And to some people, this Shannon Sharpe situation fits right into that mold. But the critics aren't letting Shannon off the hook. Even if the lawsuit ends up falling apart, even if the claims aren't fully proven in court, there are still major questions about his judgment and behavior. Like, why was a 56-year-old man dating a 19-year-old OnlyFans model? That alone has people raising red flags, saying that kind of age gap, combined with a power imbalance, is always going to be problematic. And then there's the audio clip. There's allegedly a recording out there where Shannon can be heard threatening to choke Zuniga. His team says it was all part of consensual roleplay, but critics are saying even if that's true, why would anyone feel comfortable being recorded saying something like that? It's messy. And it gets messier with every new piece of information that drops. Now rumors are swirling that more women may come forward. People close to the situation are saying this might not be an isolated case. That there are others who've had similar experiences but were too scared or ashamed to speak up before. And now, with the media spotlight shining bright, they might find the courage to tell their stories. If that happens, if even one more woman comes forward, this could shift from a messy he said she said situation into something much more serious. And at that point, it won't just be about Shannon's word versus Jane Doe's. It'll be about a potential pattern of behavior. That's when the industry, the sponsors, the networks, everyone will have to decide how far they're willing to stand by him. And all of this is happening just as Shannon was reportedly on the verge of signing a $100 million media deal. That number has been floating around for months now. He was leveling up, becoming more than just a sports commentator. He was building a media empire. And now that entire future is hanging in the balance. Meanwhile, Shannon's fans are split. Some are standing by him, saying he's being targeted because he got too big too fast. They say this is about power, control, and shutting down a man who refused to play by the industry's rules. Others, though, are questioning everything. They're saying if even a fraction of this lawsuit is true, Shannon needs to be held accountable. Either way, the truth is going to come out eventually. This lawsuit is going to court. The evidence will be presented. And both sides are digging in for a fight. Shannon says he's suing for defamation. Jane Doe says she wants justice. And in the middle of it all, the fans, the media, and the whole entertainment world are watching every move. Let me know what you think in the comments. Is this a takedown job from the powers that be? Or is Shannon finally being exposed for who he really is? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you want more breakdowns just like this one.